to the East African nation of Uganda, where opposition leader Bobi Wine says he has been placed under house arrest following his visit from South Africa. Ugandan police have denied arresting Wine, saying he was merely escorted home. The singer-turned-politician is the strongest challenge to President Yoweri Museveni, who has held office for almost 40 years. He's been arrested numerous times and faces several charges, including treason. Kayonga is news producer with NBS Television. He joins us now to tell us more about this dramatic incident. Thank you very much, Kayonga, for your time this afternoon, rather. So we saw the visuals that were tweeted, and we understand that he's under house arrest. Just give our viewers a little bit of context. What happened?
Thank you for having me. For context, the current situation at his home in Magere, where it's a suburb of Kampala, is that police this morning withdrew their personnel and there's no visible security presence. At least uniformed security personnel are not there. And but what I've received from his team, from the Secretary General of his party, is that there is a presence of non-uniformed military, security personnel, and that means they are monitoring his movements and also the situation at his home. But also the deployment was at his party headquarters in Kamosha in Kampala, the capital city of Uganda, and that security was withdrawn last night, and currently it is not there. So the situation right now is like that.
So does that mean that he is able to move freely, because he took to his social media account saying they have increased military and police deployment all around our home and blocked our visitors from coming in. Soldiers have broken part of our fence and forced their way into part of our compound to prevent me from leaving? Yeah.
That was the situation really yesterday. It was so tense, given the circumstances under which he was arrested from the airport, from the tarmac. He was literally grabbed off the plane by non-uniformed operatives, security operatives, who we learned that they are dressed as staff of the Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, the people who are charged with operations at the airport. So when he was arrested from the airport, he was driven straight to his home, and that was the situation that warranted maybe police to deploy heavily yesterday and the military to surround his home, particularly to prevent what was planned as a gathering of 100 million supporters to welcome him from his trips, the immediate one from South Africa, where he met a number of Ugandans. That was, I think, the main intention of police and security operatives, that to prevent that. And they did that because when he spoke to us, the media, Bobi Wine said that the initiative to welcome him in a very massive way, that was not really, uncertain, it was not a planned initiative by his party. It was an idea that was conceptualized and also taken on by people, by their fan base, the ordinary people, but not really the leadership of the party, and that's what police wanted to prevent.
He also alleges through his social media account that regime operatives have over the past 3 days picked up over 300 people in Kampala and Wakiso, and he's been informed that many others were arrested in Masaka, Jinja, Luero, Lira, Gulu, Mbale and other places, and his legal team is trying to get those people out. What do we know about that? Are you able to confirm that indeed some 300 opposition members have been arrested?
Yeah, I cannot be certain about the number that has been arrested because police has not officially come out to mention the exact number of people that they have in their custody. But I can confirm that a number of people were arrested yesterday and also on Wednesday, on the eve of the day. They were arrested from Entebbe, mainly around Entebbe, where he was expected to arrive, and other in Kampala, Wakiso, that is true, including an MP, a member of Parliament called Charles Matt of Siro South. So what I got this evening before we came on this broadcast was that a section of them are now going to be taken to court, including that member of Parliament. And the rest of the team, the people who were arrested, we are not really sure where they are, whether some were arrested, were released on police bond, or were definitely going to be taken to court with others. But also, what happened yesterday was the arrest of and brutalization of journalists, especially journalists, video journalists who were carrying out their business in Entebbe to cover the events that were happening. They were severely beaten, but they were later released in the evening. But their gadgets, cameras, and whatever were vandalized, and their vehicles confiscated. But they were not detained for longer hours. They were released immediately.
Has the head of state, President Yoweri Museveni, addressed any of these developments?
No, I have not seen any tweet or any communication from his official communication platforms, not even a statement or his own words. But we understand this is that is being handled by mainly police, though what happened yesterday was a joint security operation, police and other security agencies. But the office of the president has not issued any statement.
What does this speak to? Is Bobi Wine the only opposition member that is being, or allegedly being, targeted by the regime in Uganda, or does this speak to the political climate in the country?
I think the background of it should come from the election that we had in 2021, the presidential election, that saw Bobi Wine becoming a candidate for the presidency. And since then, he took over the position of this opposition figure in Uganda, because if you know, initially we had someone called Dr. Kizza Besigye, who was the face of the opposition politics in Uganda. And when he withdrawn his interest in contesting a 2021 election, and his operations changed, Bobi Wine, the coming of Bobi Wine took that position. But he's not the only opposition leader. There are very many, including Besigye, still very active. And his own party has very active people in politics. The Bobi Wine party in parliament, they are the majority. So they take that leadership. But I think he takes on this leadership as the face of the situation, and that's why whatever he does, he has to be targeted, because he's the face of everything. But that doesn't mean that others are not really going. But the situation in Uganda is that when the leader takes on the initiative, people tend to wait for his course of action until he says something or until he does something. The situation may remain as if it is calm, but it's not really. Yes.
Thank you very much. Paul Kayonga joining us from the Pearl of Africa in Uganda.